to share opportunities for you to share information with your families that are already embedded into the system that you can use and select based on your primary objectives that you're working on for the week, for you to go in and share that information without having to develop an activity or using something that's already in your lesson plan, but it's already on the dashboard. So on the left hand side in your menu section, you're going to go down to the Engage tab, which is your family section. Here is where you have all of these wonderful shareable resources. So if you select shareable resources, these are all of the shareable resources that are available for pre-K. Infant Toddler 2, you have the opportunity to share the same development and learning activities that you find here. So let's look at the development and learning activities you have available to you. Now, this goes from Infant Toddler or Early Head Start to Head Start or Pre-K, because this allows you to filter to activities based on age, class, or grade. So I'm going to select a 2 to 3 year old or preschool 3. Now, here's another helpful hint. If you have a student that is performing above level, below level, or on level, this is where you have the opportunity to select what type of activity you would want your child to have as an activity they can use at home. You can give it to the families to help continuing to grow that student or to develop those skills. So let's say we want to do a 2 to 3 year old activity. Could be a student that's 2 to 3, could be a student that's pre-K 3 or pre-K 4 that is performing below level, or you can just look at it as you have the opportunity to select based on your criteria. So we select the age, class, or grade, then we go over and select the area of development and learning that we would like the activities to filter. So we have math, and all of the other areas. You can do multiple if you want to, but I'm just going to start with math and have it select those activities based on a 2 to 3 year old and math activities. So as they populate, I want you to think about the list of items that populate for you. Then when you get to look at those activities, you can select which one you like. Now, if you notice, you have the activity title. That's basically all you have available to you. So you can go through and kind of peruse the activity. One other helpful hint, you can actually pull activities in English or Spanish. I'm going to keep it in English for now, but you can always know that you have the option to do that over here in your language setting. So let's say we want to do floor puzzles. If I select that activity, I get to see the primary objectives that are available, why it's important. You'll see materials, and you should see the same structure that you see in your intentional teaching experiences. So let's assume this one is a go for me. I'm really working on understanding shapes and persisting. I would simply download this activity, and then it'll give you the opportunity to save it on your desktop. I'm going to save that there. And then now all I would have to do, bring it over, save it to my desktop, and it is ready to add to the lesson plan. So now I want to go back to the week views because I found my activity. I have saved it to my desktop, and now I can actually add it to my lesson plan template by going to the plus sign. So over here on the right hand side, you have the plus sign, and it'll allow you to upload a document. So once I select that, I can say I want to have it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or whatever days I choose. I simply select add a file, and then here is that activity. Now, once I do that, it turns into a hyperlink. I'm going to save it. And once I save that, it is now saved on my lesson plan as an uploaded document that then becomes a family activity. So I can change this if I'd like. I can edit and then change this to my family activity. And that way, when I submit my lesson plan, there is that note to let the administrator know that that is going to be my family activity. So this is an activity that's already in your system. It aligns directly with your primary objectives that you are working with for that week. And what's really nice, you can actually scaffold because you can find an activity to accelerate. You can also support. You can do interventions with these activities, but these are definitely things that you want to look at. So that's your helpful tech tip for the week. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, let me know.